Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning. Good evening.
A warm welcome to this wonderful meeting. I am Biju Anani, Sergeant at Arms at KCA Toastmasters Club. As we gathered here to this meeting, please try to be attentive as much as possible as it is an online meeting. Please try to avoid other calls and messages in between the meeting. And wishing all the best to our Toastmasters today, especially the speakers. I hand over to Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster, President.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. Meeting number 414 is called to order. I kindly request everyone to look at the agenda. In the top hand corner, you can find our opening prayer. Almighty and ever-loving God, shower your blessings on this gathering in the endeavor to rebuild ourselves as aspiring Toastmasters. Thank you everyone for attending here today. I can see there are so many guests present here today. To kick it off, I'd like to invite our general evaluator, DTM Bani Arora, to introduce yourself for us all. DTM Bani, you're muted. It's fine, it happens.
Yeah. I'm not used to of muting myself. For once I did. Good evening again, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here with all of you. Can you all hear me now? Can you all hear me, or should I be? Okay, that's fine.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. My name, as you heard, is Bani Arora. I am from Krypton Advanced Toastmasters Club. And today I'll be doing the role of the general evaluator for this meeting. My pleasure. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. One of the best things of online meeting is that we are able to reconnect with people who we have lost in touch. And we have a presence of one such person is none other than our very own senior Toastmaster, Toastmaster Viju Kalarajos. Sir, would you like to introduce yourself for our new members?
Thank you, President. I'm Viju Kalarajos, and I've been in Bahrain for many years, and I left Bahrain since last year. Right now, I'm in Arunachal Pradesh, near to China, and working as a vice principal in Kim International School. I've been part of the Toastmasters so many years in KCA, been active as well. And most of you know me, and some of you, Toastmaster Bani Arora and Steffi, maybe a couple of others whose name I can see. All others are known to me, including Mr. Toastmaster Vishwanathan. We have been working together. So it is very pleasing to see all of you online, not giving up even during the pandemic. Although pandemic is making us panic, we are not ready to give up. Good news are coming in that vaccine will be soon available. Anyway, thank you very much for this wonderful welcome, and over to you.
Thank you so much. Our next person, he's not a stranger for us, but you can almost call him a member, but we are yet to induct him. This person is none other than Toastmaster Vishwanathan. Sir, would you like to introduce yourself for us? Sir, your audio is not audible right now.
No, not audible.
Now,
Okay.
Now it's perfect. Now it's perfect.
Good evening, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters and guests, especially Joe sir from India. From India or from, you joined from India now?
Yeah, I'm in India.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome you, sir. And as our president mentioned that I'm actually non-paid regular member for KCA. I'm not paying the membership fees, but I'm always there with. I'm really happy to be here with you all, and I hope it will be one of the best meetings today. Wish you all the best. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Your presence is always well appreciated. Next, we have a guest and our potential member of our family, Mrs. Steffi Sampson. Would you like to introduce yourself for us?
Hello everyone. I'm Steffi Sampson. I'm an architect by profession, currently working with the Akbari Architects here in Bahrain. And I've recently moved into Bahrain, like it's just 4 months. I got married to Mr. Terrell Thomas, and then I have just.
Thank you for coming today and attending our meeting. I believe I've got all the guests now. Now, is there anyone who I've missed? Please come forward and introduce yourself.
My name is Jiju Verghese. I'm a Toastmaster since quite some time. Thank you for having invited me to your club so I could evaluate Toastmaster Ramdas Shankar Nambiar. Thank you very much for having me in with the KCA Toastmasters. God bless you and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much for your presence and thank you for accepting the role. Now, is there anyone else I've missed?
Yeah, it's me.
In that case, Toastmaster Jayesh Kumar, please introduce yourself for us.
Good evening, President. Am I audible now?
You're audible.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Yes, my name is Jayesh Kumar. I am the timer of today's meeting. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to be the timer. May I explain the timing criteria now, or is it okay?
I'll introduce yourself. At that time, you can describe your time criteria.
Okay, thank you.
Hopefully I didn't miss anyone else. Any guess? Before we begin, I would like to know from our VPE, do we have any apologies from one of our members?
As of now, I haven't received any apology. Toastmaster Raj might be late, but don't worry, we have backup.
Okay, perfect. Good to know. So before we begin the meeting, I would like to know whether there are any changes in the agenda. Is this our final agenda that we have right now?
Our agenda is fine, but Toastmaster Vishwanathan has requested if his speech could be made a bit earlier. He needs to leave early. So for the first speech, he has requested to make it a bit early. So we will have to proceed accordingly.
So Toastmaster Sijo Antony's speech will be the first one.
Yeah, that is the first one. That was the last change I've made, and he requested it to be made a bit early because he needs to.
For Toastmaster Ramdas evaluator, I believe it's Jiju Verghese now, not Toastmaster Soipal.
Yes, it's Jiju Verghese. And Soipal will be evaluating Toastmaster Rajesh.
Okay. Is there any other changes?
No,
how,
no.
How about table topics? I can
table
see
topics
Ramdas.
Table topics will be done by Toastmaster Vinod Daniel.
Vinod Daniel. Okay.
Yes.
So can our VPE propose a motion to amend the agenda?
Yes, I do propose a motion.
Can anyone second it?
Yes, Vinod Daniel also.
Toastmaster Vinod Daniel have seconded it. All right. Guest, we have a new agenda. Kindly note the corrections mentioned. Our first speaker will be Toastmaster Sijo Antony and his evaluator Toastmaster Vishwanathan, followed by Toastmaster Ramdas and his evaluator Toastmaster Jiju Verghese. And our table topics table topics master will be done by Toastmaster Vinod Daniel. I kindly request everyone to note down these changes. Next, I would like to introduce our timer. He's a relatively very new Toastmaster. He's taking on his first challenge in his role as a timer. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Jayesh to explain his timing criteria.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I introduced myself, so I'm going to explain the timing criteria for today's meeting. I have one quote. It's if you can dream it, you can do it. As a timer of the day, I have the responsibility.
Did we lose connection with Toastmaster Jayesh?
Sorry, my net is not stable. It seems up to now it was okay. Okay,
It's fine, no problem.
I will explain. Okay, for the prepared speeches, uh, time allowed for. Is it okay? I am audible. Am I audible? Is it
Perfect,
okay?
you're audible.
Okay, okay. For prepared speeches, the time allowed for prepared speeches vary as per project requirements, but for this speeches, it is 5 to 7 minutes. Lights will be displayed as follows. 2 minutes before allotted time, green light. 1 minute before allotted time, it's amber light. And at the end of allotted time, red light, which will stay on till the speaker concludes. And for the table topics, time. I'm sorry. Is it okay? Oh, yeah. For table topics, the time allowed for table topics is 1 to 2 minutes. Lights will be displayed as follows. At 1 minute, green light. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, amber light. And at 2 minutes, red light, which will stay on till the speaker concludes. For evaluation speech, time allowed for evaluation speech is 2 to 3 minutes. Lights will be displayed as follows. At 2 minutes, green light. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, amber light. And at 3 minutes, red light, which will stay on till the speaker concludes. In general, 30 seconds grace period is allowed in all categories. Speeches, comments, or evaluations not meeting the minimum limit or exceeding the maximum. Okay. Uh, I wish all the best to the speakers and back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Okay, I'm sorry. In between, I got disconnected. I'll try to get it connected from other device. Sorry for that one. Until now, it was okay. Just only it happened. Thank you.
No problem, it happens. One of the drawbacks of online meetings is the network connection. But you have done your role perfectly well. You perfectly explained the timing criteria.
Thank you.
Next, we also have a very new Toastmaster who's not only doing his first role in this meeting, he's ready to take up the challenge even more further and has taken up two roles. He's doing the grammarian and the R counter. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Raj Krishnan to explain the grammarian criteria and R counter criteria for us all. Toastmaster Raj Krishnan.
I believe Toastmaster Raj is available. If he is not available, our backup grammarian Toastmaster Vijay will take it.
All right, perfect. So if Toastmaster Raj Krishnan is not present, can our backup grammarian and our counter Toastmaster Biju Anthony take up his role?
Yeah, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today, as a grammarian, my role is to check if there is any grammatical errors happening during this meeting while speakers are delivering their speeches, and also during table topics speeches go on. And it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day, that is incentivize, which means to motivate and encourage. For example, you have to go to incentivize all parties to be successful, or else we have to incentivize all our fresh Toastmasters along their journey. And I wish all my speakers and table topic speakers as well to use these words as much as possible. Over to you, President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Biju Anthony. Even though we are faced with challenges, we still manage to incentivize ourselves and face up the challenges. And next we have on the agenda is the business session. Our minutes of last meeting was passed down in our WhatsApp group and it has been passed. Is there any other business related matters that we are to discuss, starting with our VP Education? Toastmaster Sean Joseph, do we have anything to discuss?
Well, we don't have anything to discuss as of now, so we can continue with the business section.
Okay, super. Membership, VP membership, Toastmasters Sijuanting, do you have anything?
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. Since we are having these virtual meetings, I think it is easy for us to get more members to participate because it's just a link from wherever they are, they can join. So I would appreciate all of our members.
Can I please intervene? Can I please intervene? Because since Toastmaster Vishwanathan has asked us to do the speech a bit early, can we do this after the meeting? As bit changes because he needs to leave. So can we directly go into that education section?
We can
please?
do it. We can have a business session after our education
after that, yeah,
session.
Please.
Okay. Now we have moved our business session, and which brings me to my presidential address. Yay, finally. So once again, everyone, good evening. Good evening once again. First and foremost, I would like to thank and congratulate our outgoing president, Toastmaster Vinu Christie, and his team of officers for their terrific performance and achieve the President Distinguished Club Award. Currently, KCA Toastmasters is going through its 20th year since its inception, which was founded by a club mentor, DTM AS Jose. I vividly remember attending my first meeting 3 years back. Back then, I thought to myself, this is a nice way to spend some time. And honestly, I had no intentions for joining Toastmasters. But in that meeting, during the table topics session, even though it was my first meeting, I ended up getting a topic. Towards the end of the meeting, the results were announced. I got my first ribbon. Just like how a fisherman baits his fish, next thing I knew, I ended up becoming a member. That was my first day of my journey in Toastmasters. Since then, I've taken up various leadership roles, such as being part of logistics team of both DTAC 2018 and district-sponsored new member orientation program. Eventually, I became the Vice President in Education, also part of Division B contest as Chief Surgeon at Arms, and various roles in other division contests and DTAC 2019. All these roles have their own set of responsibilities that taught me different skills, which have evolved me over time to be a better and capable leader. I sincerely accept this important role as president of KCA Toastmasters Club for the term 2020 to 2021. Let me quote Antonio Brown. The journey is never ending. There's always going to be growth, improvement, and adversity. You just got to take it all in and do what's right. Continue to grow and continue to live in the moment. I find this quote relatable because there's always something to learn from our experiences, especially right now. Due to the peculiarity of the situation, we face a unique set of challenges, and together with strong support of my new team, aligned with the new upcoming motto, we will strive to attain the perfection of 10 DCP educational goals to achieve once again the President Distinguished Club Award, just like how our previous outgoing president and past presidents did. With this target set aside, I can see our new members win all the club contests up to the international level, be it humorous, evaluation, international speech, or table topics. Why? Because all I see here are potential candidates to be champions in these events and make us proud to be a member of KCA Toastmasters Club. Our mother club have supported us wholeheartedly in every way possible, and KCA Toastmasters is are thankful for it. Apart from Toastmaster activities, we also indulge in activities provided by a mother club. We too have supported our mother club in events such as the Indian Talent Scan, which turned out to be a grand success, and our members played a key role in it. Before I end my speech, I would like to share a quote with you all from Henry Ford. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Thank you. Now, to carry forward our session ahead, we have none other than our VP Education, Toastmaster Sean Joseph. Toastmaster Sean Joseph, the ship is for you to sail.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Before we continue to our education system, I have a small question to everybody, because ever since we started this online session, the main thing which we lack is interaction with the members. So I have a small question to every one of you. Tell me, why did you join Toastmasters? Just one brief line. Just tell me, why did you join Toastmasters and what benefit did you get from Toastmasters? Can we have a quick answer from some of our members, please? Please feel free to unmute yourself and give an answer. Quickly, we have to move on to the education system. Mr. President, please.
As I mentioned in my presidential address, one of my motivations to join Toastmaster Club was because I thought it'd be fun and interesting way to spend some time. Didn't expect to join, but here I am.
No problem. Can we have an answer from our general evaluator? She is one of the most senior Toastmasters. Just a quick question, ma'am.
The moment you asked me this question, I was going down the memory lane 20 years. And I would very frankly, honestly say Toastmastering came to me by osmosis. It was my husband who joined Toastmasters first. And he used to, the whole house layout had changed. The dining table was a table topic session. He asked us to make lots of topics and give him to practice. And this is how, through osmosis, I picked up Toastmastering. Once I was in it, I would never get out of it. Over to you.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Everybody has a will to speak. But the problem which we faced was shyness. When we go in front of an audience, you see a large number of crowd facing at you, but you want to speak, the words doesn't come out. Toastmasters give you a free stage, free opportunity to look at a gang of people who is not going to boo at you, who is not going to scream at you. You do any mistakes you want, they will only encourage you. This is what Toastmasters is all about. And that is why we all have joined Toastmasters. But we discovered that Toastmasters is much more than that. It not only improves your way of speaking, but it gives you much more benefits. Another question, if I ask you, I'll answer myself. Do you know one of the most powerful weapons on this world is speech? We have history where speeches have conquered nations. One words, turn the place around, moved mountains. Speech from a human's mouth is more powerful than any of the nuclear weapons you can imagine. Having said that, I would like to invite all of our guests to join our Toastmasters, be free, come join us, be a part of us, see what we are doing, see how we are interacting with others, see how we boost our confidence. I've joined Toastmasters just 1 year back. Back then, I had the stage fear until I did my icebreaker speech. That's why first of all, I would like to welcome all the guests. And as I said, we have to cut down the time because of this request from one of our Toastmasters. So can we quickly move to our education system because my speech also down.
Sean, give me
Please.
5 more minutes now, the sharp time to start our session. So you can move for, no, I mean, I told you, between 7:45 to 7:55. Now 5 minutes is the sharp time for me to start.
Okay,
so you can continue
Can I move to the next speaker? Can I move to the next speaker?
No, you can continue the sharing. You're asking for the questions. Now you can continue that.
No, the flow is gone. Okay, anyways. I prefer we go to the next speaker because we don't want to waste the time of other people. So if it is okay with Mr. President, we can call the next speaker in. Is it okay with Mr. President?
Can somebody, no problem.
Please? Okay. As per our agenda, the second speaker is Toastmaster Rajesh. He is doing his icebreaker speech. Toastmaster Rajesh, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, thank you. Are you okay? Before I call upon Toastmaster Rajesh, I would like to introduce his evaluator. His evaluator is none other than, before I tell his name, let me give a brief description about this person. You know, we all have joined Toastmasters and we have gained something in our life. But this particular person, I must tell, Toastmasters is lucky to have him in Toastmasters. The reason why, you call him at the midnight, you call him at early morning, they tell him we have a Toastmasters meeting, do you want to join? He will come, wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm in class. So eventually Toastmasters is lucky to have him. There's none other than Toastmaster Soy Paul. Toastmaster Soy Paul, are you here? Are you there? Toastmaster Soy Paul, please unmute yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Toastmaster Soy Paul to give a brief description of Toastmaster.
Good evening, Toastmaster. Hello.
Yes, please continue. Please continue.
I'm in the park.
Okay. Please allow me to continue because Toastmaster Soy Paul is outside, so we have an interruption with the connection. So Toastmaster Rajesh is doing his first ever speech.
Good evening.
Okay. Shall I continue with his or?
Hello.
Hello, Toastmaster Soy Paul. I think I'll have to continue again.
Yeah.
Okay, please. So, Soy Paul, you are muted. Please give a motto of the speech.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible, please.
Hello.
Yes, you're audible, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Toastmaster Rajesh is going to present his first speech. It is called the icebreaker. The icebreaker is the one, through this speech, we are going to know he's starting his first journey. We know who is the Toastmaster, how he passed the life, and what his expectations. And the time allotted for this speech is 4 to 6 minutes. Toastmaster Rajesh.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Soy Paul. Now, this is a new Toastmaster we have, and it is our duty to encourage the upcoming speakers. Toastmaster Rajesh is in Bahrain since 15 years. He is working with Gulf Pharmacy as a biomedical engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Toastmaster Rajesh to do his first speech. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you all. Greetings to you all, my dear KCA Toastmasters. A warm wishes, and I'm so happy to the part of KCA Toastmasters Club. As you know, my name is Rajesh Salvadore. I would like to say a small quote. Why lion is the king of jungle, and why eagle is the best among the birds, and why shark is so dominant over the ocean. As we know, it's not because of its physical condition. It's not because of its size, but the attitude matters. The attitude makes the lion over the dominant of the jungle, the eagle for among the birds, and the shark on the ocean. I would like to say a small biography about me, my life journey, on my studies. When I was doing my middle class, I was born and brought up in a very beautiful hill station. It's recently well known as a tourist place. It's called Vagaman. It's in the southern part of India, in Kerala. When I was doing my middle class, I wanted to become an engineer. It was my ambition to become an engineer. In order to attain my ambition, I supposed to have a very good friend with me. As a friend, I proposed her, can you be with me until I reach my destiny? She said, okay, let me try. I was started my study tour along with her. When I entered my SSLC, somehow I managed to get very good marks. But still, I was not good with my friend, and she was not very good with me. We were managing as friends still. My father said, it is not a good time to go with her. And my friend said, better to leave her. And my relative said, it's your choice. Finally, I thought to continue with her. When I was doing my higher secondary, unfortunately, I failed with my relationship with my friend. And she said, I'm sorry, I cannot be a friend with you. I cannot be a part with your study life. I thought to take a small diversion. When I entered, I have taken a small diversion and I went to my diploma. And all my 3 years, I was missing my friend. Then and there, I used to contact her, but I didn't have much relationship with her. Once I finished my diploma, I thought of to join my ambition study. That's my BTech degree. I went to Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu, a beautiful place. under the mountain of Siruvani, surrounded with West Coast mountains, greenery, the place called Karunya Institute of Technology. I was impressed and I was totally forgot myself when I saw the campus, when I saw the environment. I entered into the class. After a few days, I found my friend was sitting there in a corner and saying hi to me. I missed her in my life for 3 years. Still, she was there. I thought, how I going to compete with her? Still, I was trying to keep on going with her on my studies. She was defeating me 4 times on my 3 years BTech degree. I have completed my BTech degree in 2001. I came to Bahrain in 2005. But until 2009, I could not able to defeat her. In 2010, one of my friends said, there is one more opportunity. You can meet your friend to propose her once again. If possible, you can defeat her. I thought of to put my step once again to go and meet her. Finally, she surrendered herself to me and I defeated her. She defeated me 4 times and the same 4 times I defeated her. Do you want to know who is she? She is well known to you all. Maybe you are all going through the same procedures. Can Toastmaster Sean, can you tell me who is she?
No idea.
Okay, her name is nothing but mathematics. She was my first enemy. I didn't want to have a friendship with her, but in order to attain my ambition, I wanted to be with her throughout my study life. Without maths, I cannot achieve my goal as an engineer. You may finish your degrees in 3 years or 4 years, but I have finished my degree in 15 years. In order to take my BTech degree, I have taken 15 years. From 1997 to 2010, I was fighting with her. Finally, I achieved. Now I am working as a biomedical engineer in Gulf Corporation for Technology, otherwise known as Gulf Pharmacy, and part of KCA for last 3 months nearly. I'm so happy to be with you. Thank you all. Over to the President. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rajesh. That was wonderful. When you asked me, do you know her name? I was about to tell DTM Bani Arora. Something took me back. Something held me back.
No way.
Seriously. Anyway.
He's too young.
Because you've shown thumbs up, I thought.
But I could guess what he's getting at. I could guess what he's getting at. Yeah.
No, but
that's
it's wonderful.
why I think the expressions on my face were more obvious.
Icebreaker speech and wonderful. Can we give him a applause, please? This is wonderful, wonderful, Rajesh. I'm sure you will cross the district level and you might reach the international level. You have such potential in you. We are happy to have you in our family.
Thank
All
you.
the best. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rajesh. And moving on to our next speaker. We have Toastmaster Siju Anthony. Let me ask Toastmaster Vishwanathan, are you ready now?
Yes.
Toastmaster
Sean, I'm ready.
Okay, before we call upon Toastmaster Siju Anthony to give his speech on magic of mentoring, may I call upon Toastmaster Vishwanathan to give his speech objectives. Toastmaster Vishwanathan, please.
Is it audible for you? Because I have
yes.
Some disturbance from your side. It's not
Yes, no problem.
clear.
No, you are very much audible, please.
Is it clear from my?
Yes, very much.
Is it clear? Okay. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guest. Good evening, one and all. Today, our speaker, Toastmaster Sijo Anthony, going to present his level 2 project number 3 speech. The purpose statements. There are two purposes. The purpose one is that the project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters intend entering. The purpose number speech is for the members to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. You should have clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, comfort level, interest, and basic of the topic itself. So allocated time is 5 to 7. I wish all the best to our speaker.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vishwanathan. Toastmaster Raju's speech was a wonderful one, mesmerizing. I even forgot to give an intro to Toastmaster Vishwanathan. Please pardon me for that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just give a brief introduction about Toastmaster Vishwanathan. He was our past area director, not the immediate past. He was the past area director. He is also, just like I said about Soy Paul, he is a person who can conduct multiple meetings in one time. As he said, he is conducting 3 other meetings at the same time. So people like him are very rare, maybe one in 1,000 or 1 in a million. Anyways, thank you very much, Toastmaster Vishwanathan. May I call upon the next speaker, Toastmaster Sijo Anthony. He is a Toastmaster for quite a long time. He was a past president of KCA. He is working in the Southern Tourism Company. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters, please help me welcome Toastmaster Sijo Anthony to present his speech, The Magic of Mentoring from Dynamic Leadership Levels to Project 3. Toastmaster Sijo Anthony, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ron, VP Education. Am I audible?
Yes, very much.
I wonder, have you ever been a mentor to anyone in your life? How many answers are yes? Being VP Education, Toastmaster Sean, you are a mentor of these club members, inspiring them to do the roles and speeches in spite of their obstacles. Being a father, mother, husband or wife, being a manager in your office, being a friend, being a colleague, we all play the role of a mentor in one way or another. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and our most welcome guest. Can you be always optimistic or successful in your life, whatever the situation is? Yes, we can, with the help of a mentor, with the magic of mentoring. Now, let me elaborate the word mentor with a small presentation. There are 6 letters in the word mentor. The first letter is M. That motivates. The second E, empathetic, navigates, trust, optimistic, and R for reminder. Let's go in detail the words, the 6 letters of mentor. M, motivates. A mentor can be someone who does not know anything about the process of mentoring, yet can be a mentor, a very good mentor, merely owning the power of motivating others. I am quite sure we all have the mentor, first member mentor in our life is our parents. Amidst of all their struggles, they always inspire, motivates us to overcome our obstacles. For me too, my first mentor is my parents. They went through the deepest struggles in their life, what we have experienced with the children, four children in the family. Even in the deepest struggles, they always motivated us to have higher studies in our life, to have a good moral life, to be a good personalities in our future. The second letter is E, empathetic. Empathetic listens. A mentor is someone who is always empathetic, who finds time to listen to your problems, issues. I remember while I was in a hostel run by the Christian priest, there was a father called Father Joseph Mele Parmil, who was a mentor for me for 3 years, 16 to 19 years. He was at the age of 80. I used to find most of the evening time, at least half an hour, to spend, share with him some my thoughts, my problems, my issues, and to get his advice. That 3 years of mentoring from my father Mele Parmil made me a major impact, changes in my life. The next letter is N, navigates. A mentor always wanted to navigate you to the right direction where you can achieve your goals. There were two personalities who always wanted me to go in a right direction. If they found I am deviating, or if they heard from some other source I am not in a right direction, they will interfere. They will tell me this is not the right direction. You have to go this way to get the right to go to the right direction to achieve your goals. And always they have the liberty to do so, and I take it very positively. They are none other than my two loving brothers. The next letter is trust. A mentor is someone who always trusts in your capabilities and makes you accomplish your goals, your dream. The best example, I would say, in Toastmasters, my mentor, Toastmaster Johnny Chaco. In 2017, International Speech Contest, I won in club level, area level, and I went into division level. Seeing the competitors, I told my mentor, this may not be possible for me. They are very, very high competitive people who is going to compete with me. I may not be able to get the prize. But he trusted me. He inject the trust in me, told me, you have the capability. You can get some prizes. Even half an hour before the contest, he asked me to do the practice, rehearse the speech. On top of the venue of this competition, he take me there, he asked me to practice. And I got the second prize for that division contest. So a mentor should have the trust in you. The next letter is optimistic. Always an optimistic person can be a mentor to someone. Only an optimistic person can be a mentor to someone. He always injects in you the energy of positivity in your day-to-day life. Whatever the situation you are going through, he will wakes you up. He will tell you to go to the right direction and get back to the track again. Many days I reach home with a lot of frustrations, tensions, work pressure from office. But when I share these tensions, work pressure to my loving wife, she always come to me with a positive, supporting words, with a beautiful smile that washed away all my tensions and back to my happy life. An optimistic person only can be a mentor. The next letter is a reminder. I would like to thank all these 5 mentioned mentors in my life for remind me always to inject the goals of my life. If these 5 mentors were not there in my life, the life would have been a lost. With this experience as a mentee, I received the mentor qualities from my mentor. I would like to be a mentor to someone in this club who can be motivates, empathetic, navigates, trust, optimistic, and reminder to someone who can achieve their goals. Let me conclude my speech with the saying, a mentor is someone who finds the hope within you, empowers you to do in place of your hope and achieve your goals. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sijo Anthony. By the way, he is also my mentor in KCA. So thanks for explaining the roles of mentors for the new members. And before we go to the next speaker, who is Toastmaster Ramdas, may I call upon his evaluator, who is not just a Toastmaster. What can I tell about him? If I want to describe, if I want to give an introduction about him, I would need to do a speech myself. He's not just a Toastmaster champion. He is much more than that. He was the Toastmasters Table Topics champion for District 79 in the year 2008. He was District 20 Table Topics champion in the year 2012. Again, 16 District 79 evaluation contest winner. He is a radio jockey. He has appearance in video. He's a recording artist. He has a passion for music industry. He is a founder general of founder general secretary of YMCA Bahrain. And if I want to describe him, I would have to do a speech about that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special person. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Jiju Varghese to explain the roles of objectives of Toastmaster Ramdas. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sean Joseph, and that was really very kind of you to put so many words. And I would pray to God that if at all I get proud, please forgive me and punish Sean for putting me at such a high pedestal. On that note, let me just start with the project that Toastmaster Ramdas Shankaran Nambiar is attempting. He's attempting the pathway Persuasive Influence. It's an amazing pathway which I was reading about, and he's attempting the 4th level, the first project, Leading in Difficult Situations. The project focuses on fundamentals of managing challenges, analyzing difficult situations, and identifying the best strategies for overcoming adversities. The purpose of the purpose of this project is to practice strategies for adjusting to unexpected changes to the finalized plan. The project includes designing a detailed project plan, the project plan resources, the project plan overview, the plan disruption idea resource. Timer, please note, the first part of the project is 5 to 7 minutes of speech to share his plan. And the next is the balance of the 15 to 16 minutes, which is there allotted for this project. And that is an impromptu speech to present solutions to disruption. I wish Toastmaster Ramdas all the very best. And I'm sure that he'll come with some amazing plan. And thereby we will also learn how we can be leaders. Toastmaster Ramdas, all the very best. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you very
much. May I have one question, please? This total, how many minutes this speech will be?
The total is 5 to 7 minutes.
So that means after 5 minutes, I have to put the green light.
Yes, after 5 minutes, green light, the timer to note. then 6th minute and the 7th minute. And then there is another 5 to 10 minutes for impromptu responses. 5 to 10 minutes. So at the end of 8th minute, you'll again put the green light. 9 and 10.
Okay. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Sean Joseph.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jiju Varghese, and thank you for explaining the timing criteria also very politely to our timer. So good of you. Great of you. And moving on forwards, Toastmasters and guests, please help me welcome our next speaker. He is a Toastmaster for a couple of years. He's been working with Almanara team, a group of companies as accounts manager for the past 5 years. He's a very active Toastmaster of KCA. Please welcome Toastmaster Ramdas Nambiar to his speech titled Through Experiments. He's repeating it again. Thought experiments. Sorry, thought experiments. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Toastmaster Sean, am I audible?
Very much.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, actually, there's a little bit of confusion.
You just lost your connection.
You muted yourself back again. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, just wanted to clarify. Hello? Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, please.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it is basically 5 to 7 minutes, which I have this one.
Yes, the first part, the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes of prepared speech, and add 5 to 10 minutes for impromptu responses to the disruption plans that is proposed by the members.
Okay, can I start?
Please go ahead. All the very best.
Yeah. During my childhood days, I was always wandering around in my town like a free bird, observing the animals, human beings, nature, and all those things. I was an average student and really was never bothered about studies. But however, my elders used to put pressure on me towards studies. Sometimes they used to incentivize me by giving me a carrot. And sometimes they used to punish me with a stick. They would say, knowledge. Knowledge is very important. If you have knowledge, you can have a career. If you have a career, you can get a job. And the job then translates into money. And then again back to the books, studying to gain that knowledge, to gather that knowledge. What is the capital of India? A plus B, the whole square is this, the various laws of physics, the chemical formulas, blah, 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 blah. Knowledge. But is knowledge more important than imagination? Once again, warm good evening to fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the day, and guest of the day. The great Albert Einstein once had quoted, imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited, but imagination does not have any boundaries. But why did he make such a claim regarding imaginations? He had discovered through his imaginations that space and time are not different elements, but are the one and the same thing called space-time. He revolutionized our thinking of the universe. He did through his imagination, which is the greatest gift of God. Einstein never went near to the sun or on the sun to discover how the sun is burning from the past millions and millions of years. In fact, he brought the sun into his laboratory, mind laboratory, and he had conducted thought experiments. The thought experiments had helped him to discover how the sun is burning from the past millions and millions of years. We all have the knowledge of the law of gravitational force by Isaac Newton. But Einstein used his imagination and conducted thought experiments to prove the law of gravitational force is wrong with his theory of relativity. Toastmasters, we always complain about free movement during this current pandemic. There is lockdown, there is curfew, we cannot go to the malls, we cannot go to the theaters. But there was one guy called Nathan Sharansky who was imprisoned in 1977 by the Russians on the charges of spying for the Americans for 9 years, 9 vigorous years. No bed, no chairs, no tables, no proper clothing, no proper food inside the prisons of Siberia. What kept him incentivized in the prison? It was the thought experiments that kept him incentivized. He used to play chess inside the prison. How can he play chess inside the prison? He imagined the chessboard inside his mind. He used to imagine an 8x8 chessboard in his mind and make the movements and play chess. Can you believe it? Nathan Sharansky went on to defeat Gary Kasparov in an exhibition match in 1996. Friends, I have attended many interviews for various accounting and finance related jobs during my career. The standard questions asked by every interviewer is, are you well versed with international finance reporting standards, international accounting standards, blah, 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 blah. Excuse me, sir. IFRS, International Accounting Standard, is all very important. But more important than that is creativity in our job. This creativity comes from thought experiments using the power of imagination. Friends, it is more of my imagination and creativity for what I am today, and not because of my qualifications or knowledge. Finally, I would like to end up with this session with a quote from the Bhagavad Gita. Better than mechanical practice is knowledge. Better than mechanical practice is knowledge. And better than knowledge is imagination. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ramdas. Okay, I believe there was an interaction section which we will skip. And can we move forward with the agenda, or do you want to have a response from the audience?
Can I just intervene here?
Yeah, please.
The demand of the project, the basic demand of the project was the purpose of this project is for the member to practice strategies for adjusting to unexpected changes to a finalized plan. Well, the project had to be having a developed project plan,
Okay, so if there is no interaction, so we have to move forward.
I leave it to VP Education of the club to decide on how the project is to be evaluated.
Okay. So do one thing. We will move. I propose we move ahead. Toastmaster Ramdas from here. Do you want to do interaction with the audience, or can we move ahead?
No, I think there is some confusion. I think we can. I'll later on discuss it with you.
Okay, no problem. So we'll move ahead with the agenda.
Yeah.
As per our agenda.
I think the evaluation given to the evaluator may not be the same one. I think it's different. The evaluation form provided might be.
No, the form has interaction.
For the right project.
Yeah.
Objectives may be given wrong.
Anyways, we will move ahead because we don't want to. Okay, can we move ahead? Okay, we will move ahead. So as per our agenda, the next is break, but we are already late by 8 minutes. So I prefer we continue with the session. Anybody wants to support or have any objection? So I believe we can move ahead with the agenda. Moving on forward, next is table topics. Well, in Toastmasters, we all come with one thing in mind: table topics. Initially, you join Toastmasters, you're scared. Will he pick me? Will he pick me? Will he pick me? Well, basically, once you are been picked, you would like to do it again and again. So to conduct our table topics session, please help me welcome Toastmaster Vinod Daniel, who is a member of Toastmasters for quite a long time. He has done so many projects. He has encouraged so many of our members. He is any project you give him, he will never tell no. He is a person who is bound to say yes, yes, yes. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Vinod Daniel. Over to you, sir.
Hello, hi, good evening, Toastmaster of the day and fellow Toastmasters. A very warm good evening to all of you. Actually, I just got a very short notice to take up this role. Even though I was very happy, I want to attend the meeting, and also I don't want to face these table topics. So I was very happy to take up this role, right? So since we are a little late, I'm just starting our session. So we have I just prepared 5 to 7 questions, and first I will introduce the subject. Then I will ask some Toastmasters to comment on that. First, as all of you know, that we are just going through a very what you call this pandemic situation. So let me ask one question. Do you have something to suggest how we can mentally overcome this pandemic situation? As you know that so many people are losing their job, so many people are losing their life, and it is that it is a very critical situation. What is your suggestion to the world or to the next generation, how we can overcome this pandemic situation? Let me ask this question to our very veteran Toastmaster, Viju Kalarajos.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vinod Daniel. Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I think the suggestions is not to the next generation. The suggestions or what I can share with you is with the present generation, because pandemic is right now with us, and it is the same thing that in life as well. We live with many unpredictabilities and predicaments, which we need to overcome day by day. And unless we face it, we cannot overcome. And that is the nature of life itself. And pandemic is not something new. There are a lot of things to learn from the history. Maybe the Black Death, the plague that wiped out half of the people in many countries of Europe. Maybe the Spanish flu, which is now supposed to be called the Spanish flu at all. And there are many endemic diseases that has been plaguing us. Maybe it is Nipah, maybe it is, there are many other diseases. So we have a lot of experiences in front of us from which we can learn. And presently, It gives us a lot of lessons and insights into the human life, how we interact with the nature, which includes the animal kingdom as well. What's the limit in front of us? What should be the mode of interaction with the rest of the world, which includes animals and plants? Perhaps it is those atrocities with animals that plague us right now, the result of those unlimited interaction with them, which is sometimes destructive. So, to what level can we go ahead with? Because most of the present problems are from the animal kingdom because of our unrestricted, in fact, not interaction, but atrocities against the animal kingdom. You like chicken? I like chicken. You like beef? I might like beef. You might like many other foods that is available in this world. But what should be the restriction? What should be the limit? To what limit can we go in our interactions with the animal kingdom? And the present pandemic and present plague comes from those interactions which were unrestricted and not expected to be. So it is with cautions that we need to interact with the nature. The world is growing in terms of population and it will keep growing. And unless we learn from the past, we will not be able to live with the plague that comes. Plague here would mean that which make us suffering. Presently, it is corona. It could be something else coming. There were many indications in the past, and we failed miserably to listen to those indications or to take care of those indications and act responsibly. So, to overcome is one thing, to understand the present situation is one thing. To overcome, of course, we know that there are glimmers of hope coming across, that we have news about vaccine development. Maybe in the month of October and November it will come to us. Perhaps within a couple of months we may be able to overcome the present situation. But the question remains, are we ready for another pandemic? And are we going to finish with this one? No. There will be more. And we must be ready for that. Right? It can be a world war. It can be a very, very destructive disease like this. It can be a war. It can be this is one of the smallest of the smallest virus that is 120 millimeters in size. And the science has been developed, and we were actually boasting about the development that we have. And then now we are in front of one of the minute, which cannot even be called life completely. And now we are just bewildered in front of it. So the question is not an advice, how we need to limit our interactions with the nature. And that can help us to go forward, avoiding such disastrous pandemic that may be hidden somewhere amidst us. It's always hidden. It's there in front of us. We do not know. It is for us to avoid it. Maybe it is coming from the bats. Maybe it is coming from some other animals. Maybe it is hidden somewhere in the forest. Maybe it is hidden among the animals. So it is for us to limit ourselves, our interactions with the nature, restrict our interactions with the nature and the rest of the animal kingdom. That can help us to get over, in future, such pandemic. But it will come in limited or unlimited ways. So be prepared that life is not just to be stagnant with one or the other difficulties or predicaments. It has to go. And it is just hope that can help us to be smiling again, even when we are not being able to understand what's going on. Just hope, and hope alone can help us to go ahead. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Viju Kalrajos, and nice to see you after a long time. And my next question, Toastmasters, as you all know that all of us wants to get peace of mind. We want to live with a peace of mind, right? But I believe how you are going to get peace of mind. It differs from person to person. When I find comfort, when I find a comfort zone, you may not find it like a comfort zone. So I'm just asking, what is the peace meant to you? Hope everybody understand. What is peace meant to you? Let me ask this to. There was so many people, so I think everybody's camera is off. I hope everybody is here. I'm just checking whose faces are here. Oh my God, everyone gone. Toastmaster Real Vasant, are you here? Toastmaster Real Vasant, can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, please.
I'm little outside. I cannot speak you. Sorry.
Did you hear my? Did you hear the subject?
Sir, can you tell me one more time, sir?
Yeah, this is what is the meaning of peace to you?
Sorry, I don't know how to answer it.
So can I? So let me ask this question to Toastmaster Vishwanathan.
Full topic, Master, fellow masters, and guests. Good evening, one and all. What is peace to us? The peace always depends upon our mindset. If you want to become a angry person, you can create yourself within a second. If you want to peace of mind, not possible to make it within a second. You need a long time to practice in various levels. So now I'm doing multitasking every day, not only at the moment. I'm always with so many obstacles, so many distractions, but some of the techniques helped me a lot become a peaceful person. I always try to keep my mind more calm and peaceful with in the circumstance. See, peace is the only solution to make self better, our community better, our family better, even entire the world become better place. But if you are getting angry without a reason, everything will be a disaster. The peace of mind or peace is up to us. Only one person can destroy everything, but the peace start from you itself. It will generate lot of positive energy within you and will surround of you. A peace of mind is essential for each one of us. Please, please, please keep peace of mind always. It will help you a lot. Thank you, and over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishwanathan. So now, if I think the next, if I could grant any of you a wish, so what would be your wish for? Suppose I am like a god, I can grant you whatever you wish. So what you are going to wish for? Let me ask this one to Toastmaster Biju Anthony.
Oh, what a wonderful question here. Good evening, Toastmasters and my table topic master. Yes, if I get a chance to wish what I want, definitely I would ask for my childhood days back. I would start my life back again, where I can do the corrections for all the mistakes I have done, and I would really enjoy the days with my friends when I was very young, and I can get back what I miss it now. My class days, nurseries, the days I spent with my childhood friends, I would definitely go back and get my days back. And again, that wish, that would be the wish everybody could be in their minds. So this is what that I would ask for. Over to you, table topic master. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Viju Anthony. Hi, Toastmasters. We used to see in our daily life, there are many people. So that people, they may cry when they are happy, and also they will cry when they are sad. Whenever they get some excitement, they will cry out of happiness. The same time, when they are sad, also they will cry. So, what do you think? Crying is a sign of weakness or strength? So, let me ask this to Toastmaster Jiju Varghese.
Table topic master of the day, fellow Toastmasters and most invited guests. What an amazing question asked, and I really would love to answer this in just 4 or 5 words. Tears is the proof of life. Tears is what defines a person's emotions being completely active and aligned to life. When we are happy, we are overwhelmed with joy. Whenever there's a pot that is filled with to the brim and you add more onto that, it often spills out. When you are happy, these tears are the signs of your happiness that is overwhelmed and that is overflowing out of your heart. When you are under stress, under a particular situation where your heart is completely pressed, these are the tears that flows out and reminds you, there is life, my friend, and you can really attempt life and go for it. No is not no, but it is next opportunity for you. Go ahead and give your best and let those tears flow out of your eyes, which is filled with joy in your heart. Make sure that whenever your tears are flowing, it is a form or a signal or a sign given to you that you still are alive, my friend, and you have more opportunities in life to go ahead and grab those situations and turn them victorious. It is upon you to turn your life to your best, and tears are also what tells us that you have accomplished. It's a trophy that is given to you whenever you are overjoyed. It is a reminder to you given in times of stress, in times of sadness, that like this tears that is flowing, your times of difficulties will flow away. Don't worry, the next opportunity awaits you and knocks your door. fellow Toastmasters, let the tears flow, for it gives you the proof that you're alive. Back to you, fellow Toastmasters. Back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jiju Varghese, for the wonderful comment. And let me conclude this table topic session with this one. Thank you very much for all the commentators for giving wonderful comments. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vinod Daniel, for conducting it so effectively. It was a short notice. Toastmaster Raj was supposed to conduct the table topics, but he had some issues last moment. Thank you very much for conducting it. Moving forward, we are already almost 10 minutes behind schedule. So without taking much of a time, let's move on to the next session, which is basically our evaluation, general evaluation, how we performed. So to do the general evaluation, may I please call upon DTM Bani Arora. Madam, please.
Thank you so much. The Toastmaster of the day, TM Sean Joseph. Before I start with my evaluation, I would like to ask our timer for the day, Toastmaster Jayesh. Please give us the timings of all the 3 speeches so that we can vote for the best speaker before the evaluators give their evaluation. TM Jayesh, can you tell us the timings for all the 3 speakers, please?
Yeah. Yes, madam. The first speaker is Mr. Rajesh. He took 8 minutes and 7 seconds. And the second speaker is Mr. Sijo Anthony. He took 8 minutes 35 seconds. And the third speaker is Mr. Ramdas Nambiar. He took 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Thank you, madam.
Okay, so what I see, going by the timings, I leave it to the club VP Education and the EXCOM to decide. Do you consider them qualified for the awards? Just you can let.
Ma'am, we will consider them because it's an online meeting and we have to consider. So we will consider that.
So they are all eligible for the
Yes.
award? Is that what
Yes.
you mean? Yeah. So I request all the participants here, club members and guests, please vote for the best speaker before you hear the evaluation. According to you, out of the 3 speakers, number 1 was Toastmaster Rajesh, who gave his first icebreaker speech. Number 2 was Toastmaster Sijo Anthony, who attempted project level 2, project 3, and then the third one was Toastmaster Ramdas. Please vote for the best speaker according to you. Do we have the evaluation?
Madam, we will circulate the poll now. So if you can move to the next criteria.
Okay, that's
we will
fine.
move to the polls, yes.
Yes, sure. So I'll move on to the next segment, that is the evaluation of these individual speakers. First of all, for speaker number 1, Toastmaster Rajesh, I would like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Soy Paul, to please present his evaluation. Toastmaster Soy Paul, please.
Toastmaster Benny Arora and our general evaluator of the Toastmaster of the day and the fellow Toastmasters and guests. What a wonderful speech Toastmaster Rajesh presented today. He has started with a beautiful question and the mind-provoking brainstorming question. Why the lion is in the king of the jungle, the forest? Why the shark is? It's only because of their attitude, not by the size, not by nothing, only because of the attitude. He proved it throughout the speech. I never felt it was an ice-breaking speech. With the provoking questions, interacting question, he started the Toastmasters qualities that would acquire after 2-3 speeches. He presented his speech with a question and started to interact with the Toastmasters. Great thing. And second thing, what I have noticed in his speech, throughout the speech, he kept us in a mode of the curiosity. Who is she? Who is she? He completely narrated. You are a great storyteller. Appreciate Toastmaster Rajesh, and you are in the future projects. You have the quality of the storytelling. You know how to tell the story. From the icebreaker itself, you started to narrate it, and the wonderfully you have done it. And the third thing what I have, there was completely, see, there was in between the, we cannot say there was not the transition. It was the purely transition was there, and the strong message was there. We came to know who are you and what you have done, what you are doing. Everything was covered in your speech. You kept on asking, kept on in our mind, who is she? And finally, you bombed with a answer, she's mathematics. Great thing. It was a wonderful speech, and you have turned it in the beautiful way. But I feel you have missed some of the details about your family, your children, anything, and your only you have touched your education and the job. In the next level, you can improve in it. Other than that, there was nothing, no more improvements are found. Everything was perfect with a great speaker, great storyteller. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, TM Soipal. That was really very enlightening. The next evaluator is for Toastmaster Sijo Anthony, and it is TM Viswanathan. I request TM Viswanathan to please give the evaluation for Toastmaster Sijo Anthony's speech. Over to you.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, guest and our speaker, Toastmasters Joe Anthony in particular. Today he did his level 2 project 3 speech with mainly 2 different purposes. Any topics, if we select for to present in front of an audience, that's the topic selection is very essential to understand the people or understand the audience. And he took the topic, the magic of mentor. When the VP Education wrote in our agenda itself, the MENTOR split in differently. Then accordingly, the speaker itself narrated a story in each and every word, every letter, not every word, every letter. And he mentioned that mentor means motivate, empathetic listening, and navigate, trust, optimistic, and reminder. And he started a topic with asking questions to the audience. That entire audience attraction was there. Then he narrated a story with each and every individual which he motivated or he got the mentorship from his life journey. Started with the VP Education, Toastmaster Sean and father Mele Parambil and his own brother and Toastmaster and his own wife. All of them are the motivators in his life. And he concluded with the speech, how we can succeed with mentor support and how we can hope from the mentors. In any speech, we need to have a clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, comfort level, interest, etc. In such a limited situation, we can do the way mostly to get the support of the digital version, and which he used the slides to enhance his speech more live. That the purpose of his speech was how the mentors experience and how can convince to the members that he 80% succeed in it. I I would have few suggestions to him that any story, if you focus out of these 5 mentors, now much better. There is no major story within his speech. And the conclusion as well, that was not as my expectation. So if would have added more story within his speech, would have much more effective. And otherwise, great opening, the top election was good, and he tried to convey the message how can develop the mentor-mentee relationship and how we will benefit from the mentor-mentor relationship. And all the very best to Toastmasters Sujoni, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Viswan. And after that, I would like to call upon TM Jiju Varghese to evaluate our third speaker, Toastmaster Ramdas. I just wanted to clarify with the VP Education. Is that okay? We go ahead with the evaluation?
Yes,
Has it
please.
been sorted out?
Yes, it has been sorted out, and we can go ahead with the evaluation.
Okay, so
And,
TM Jiju, please go ahead with the evaluation. Thank you.
Madam General Evaluator of the Day and fellow Toastmasters, and most importantly, the speaker, Ramdas Nambiar. Can I see you on screen, please, Ramdas? Hey, wonderful. I would like to first congratulate the speaker, Ramdas, especially for the motivation that he had, that he incentivized himself towards taking the step of taking a project on. That is the first step where you need to be congratulated and told that there is possibility within you to be a speaker, to be a presenter, to be a person who can be a leader. Based on those, I would like to tell you certain excellent things which you have achieved in your speech. I have seen, with the limitation of a camera that faces a person, the gestures are very much limited because your movement happens to be within this frame itself. But still you use gestures like holding on to your hairs and the way that you presented frustrations when talking about knowledge being more important or the imagination being more important. Wonderfully presented, your gestures were apt. Speaking in terms of language, all I have always said is you don't need to have a flowery language to present your speeches. You need to have words chosen by which any individual who understands basic English can follow your concept and understand the whole core of your project. You were very successful in achieving that, and you had a very good clarity in terms of making your concept flowed on to the listeners or to the audience. You had good eye contact, I can say, because you were looking into the camera as you were speaking. In terms of the project criterias, I would leave the discretion to the project, to the VP Education to take a call and communicate to you. But if you ask me as a speaker, you are a fantastic person. And I can tell you, Ramdas, you have a great opportunity to be somebody who can polish your skills and be one of the best speakers that Toastmasters has ever seen. I invite you towards this knowledge, the building up of knowledge by your imaginations and speaking and coming up to the levels of champions. I also urge you to take this Toastmastering to the next level and to take it up as stars onto your shoulders with all those good things which is available in you to take up Toastmastering to the next level. I congratulate you for taking the first step of attempting a project. At the same time, I would request a discussion with the VP Education on furthering this project, and I leave the discretion to the VP Education. Back to you, General Evaluator of the Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, TM Jiju. That was really great. In a nutshell, you said a lot. And next is our timer, TM Jayesh, and I would like him to please give us the timings for the evaluators, the 3 evaluators right away, so that we can go ahead with our voting. I can see in our chat section, everybody can see here, please. The VP Education has put a link, and using Google Forms, we have to vote for the best speaker, best evaluator, and I guess the best table topics commentators. So TM Jayesh, please give us the timings for the 3 evaluators and also give us the timings for the table topic commentators, please. Over to you, Tangu.
Yeah, thank you, madam. The first evaluator for Mr. Rajesh is Mr. Soy Paul. He took 2 minutes 50 seconds. Okay. Second is evaluator is Mr. Vishwanathan. It's for Mr. Sijo Anthony. He took 3 minutes 59 seconds. The third evaluator is Mr. Jiju Varghese. He is for Mr. Ramdas Kambia. He took 2 minutes 41 seconds. Is it okay? Yeah. Now, may I move to the table topics? Timing. Okay. First was done by Mr. Viju Kalra. He took for the table topics 6 minutes 42 seconds. Second is Mr. Vishwanathan. He took 2 minutes 12 seconds. Third, Mr. Biju Anthony. He took 1 minute 8 seconds. And last, Mr. Jiju Varghese. He took 1 minute 57 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayesh. And I request all the members and guests to please vote for all the 3, the best speaker, the best evaluator, and of course, the best table topics commentator. And next is our report from the grammarian. Our grammarian for today, who took the role almost on the spot, and I was so amazed and impressed, is Toastmaster Biju Anthony. Please, can you submit your report for grammarian and also for our counter?
Good evening, General Evaluator and my fellow Toastmasters and guests. Yes, today we witnessed some wonderful speeches and evaluations as well. So, we couldn't find as many as grammatical mistake as such, but we often noticed that a word of the day is used by many, as many as possible, especially Toastmaster Ramdas, who is doing his first speech, like ice-breaking speech, but he tried to use it thrice, and we are happy to see that. Otherwise, there is no much grammatical mistakes as well. So over to you, Toastmaster General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, TM Biju, for taking this call at the last minute. Now, just to give my overall evaluation for this session, the session started, at least the effort was made to start it quite well on time. Due to some technical difficulty, we were few minutes late, but I think it was understandable. I would say Toastmaster Biju as Sergeant at Arms was well prepared. He knew what he was talking about and he gave us details about the general protocol. I really liked that part of the meeting. Then the president, the way he started the meeting, especially the prayer part, which was something new to me, even though I have been in Toastmasters for 20 years, but I really liked that part, the way the prayer was said. The president was patient, poised, articulate, very thorough with his role, and he also was very well prepared. I liked the way how thoughtfully he gave the quotation and the way he narrated his journey in Toastmasters. That was nice. Instead of saying sometimes the mission, when you relate this way, that makes more sense to me. Next is our timer's role. Yes, he was very diligent, very well prepared, and he did his role very well. The grammarian, again, as I said, he took the role on the spot and he did a great job. Word of the day, I myself haven't been able to use it so far, but just to incentivize, I'm getting used to saying the word incentivize. Yes, it could have been better used. It was a very nice word with a very good meaning also to motivate or to encourage, incentivize. It's just not a common word, and probably that's why we couldn't use it more frequently. We should have used it. I don't say it is the grammarian's fault. I think it is, including me, everyone's. We should pay more, or we should be more. We should be more conscious of the fact that we should be using the word of the day. One more thing that I would like to say for the next role player, the table topics master for grammarian and timer, and all in one time, I would like to say, whenever they are given the time or an opportunity to speak, they should first of all speak about the purpose of their role, so that for the benefit of the guests, when they come to a Toastmasters meeting for the first time, and I hope I don't see her here now, she was here for quite long, they are not able to relate. They really don't know what's going on. So if a role player explains the purpose of their role, that my role is this and this is what I'm here to keep the meeting on time. I'm here to, my role is to give some topics so the speakers can speak on the spot. That kind of thing, it really makes the meeting more meaningful, especially for the guests. And it, in a way, incentivizes them to come back and participate more in such meetings. Next, the three evaluators, I would say all three of them they knew what they were really doing, veteran Toastmasters. First of all, Toastmaster Soipal, I would say seasoned. His speech was the most organized, and he really had some insightful comments to make for the speaker. And then after that, Toastmaster Viswan, I would say he's the juggler. He juggles 3 meetings at a time, and he was very systematic with his presentation, and his evaluation also was very detailed. Toastmaster Jiju, as we know, very knowledgeable, and he really is very eloquent when he speaks. And at the same time, the motivation that he gave to his speaker, Toastmaster Ramdas, was exemplary. How he motivated him and how he really ended with some positive comments. That was really nice. As for the table topics master, again, a role taken on the spot. I would say it's not only the speeches, the table topics master himself was thinking on his feet, and he really did a tremendous job. The topics were very well thought of, easy to comprehend, and even easy to speak on. He was very calm and composed. And again, I would request, please remind the purpose of the Toastmaster, this table topics session. That would be really nice. And last but not the least, Toastmaster of the day. And the requirements for a Toastmaster of the day should be enthusiasm, delivery, preparation, organization, time management. I think you had it all. Within these limited resources, all clubs right now are struggling with these online meetings, and we know there are some things which are not in our hands, and still we are managing. My only suggestions for you for the future, and since you are the VP of Education also, TM Shon, I would say, number one, I mean, not all the clubs are doing it, but I would prefer it this way. When you organize the sequence of the speakers, bring the icebreaker speaker first of all. It so happened, luckily, the way we were juggling with the sequences, that luckily TM Rajesh was first of all, because that person is the most nervous. Let him get done with his speech first of all. I mean, not all icebreakers are nervous. Of course, TM Rajesh proved us wrong today. But still, as far as possible, go in order of the seniority. You know, if it is an icebreaker speech, that comes first of all, then level 1, 2, whatever, and then the advanced level speeches. So my second suggestion would be, on your agenda only, please mention the most important thing, which project number and what speech number it is, and of course the speech title. And just in case your speakers haven't given you that, then when you adapt the agenda, that time complete this information. It should be there. Sometimes we all are struggling with our listening skills. It becomes a little difficult to follow if it is just spoken or we lose it. So the title of the speech type and path, of course, which path, path of pathways, project number and speech number should all be there on your agenda. And that's it. All in all, it was a fantastic meeting. I enjoyed it, and I'm also impressed with the strength. I remember last year when I was the VP of Education, sometimes there were only 8 or 10 members, hardly the people who were there to do their roles. So it's really impressive that we have guests all the way from Arunachal Pradesh. TM Viju is still staying. It must be night time there. But I'm really glad it shows your passion for Toastmasters, and we are really impressed, sir. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you for having me over. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. It was very impressive. I must say you have a very good academics in your speech, very strong academics. And moving on, I believe we are on track as far as the time is concerned. And it's time for announcing the awards. So may I call upon the president to announce the awards. Toastmaster Alvin Sevi, the president, please.
Okay, great. The results have come. So can I get the results?
Yes.
Then the chat box.
Yes. Okay. Or do you want me to announce it, or you want to?
Please do announce.
Okay.
Okay. Save some time.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, who do you think is okay? Let's start from the evaluators. Who do you think is the best evaluator? Any guesses? It's none other than the champion, the master, Jiju Varghese. Please give him a applause, please.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving over to the next, let's see who is the best table topics commentator. Any guesses? Who is the best table topics commentator? Nobody. Any guesses? No one.
The same.
Who else it could be? We have a world champion here, and who's going to compete with him? Toastmaster Jiju Varghese again for table topics.
Thank you. Thank you.
And moving forward for the best speaker, I must say he is the best person. I mean, well deserved one. And who do you think it is? Doing his first speech, icebreaker, is none other than Toastmaster Rajesh, the best speaker. Congrats. We will be forwarding by email your certificates. So, and that brings us to the end of the session, and may I call upon the president to conclude the meeting, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I have to say you have conducted this session quite perfectly. He has done it perfectly, and I'm quite impressed by it. His timing was spot on. And I would like to congratulate our new Toastmaster Rajesh, for winning his first ribbon, Best Speaker Award on his first speech. That is quite an accomplishment. That in itself says that you have the potential to be an international speaker, and I am genuinely excited to see your growth towards till the end of the year, till my term as the end of the president. So once again, all the best, and all the best for the winners, especially Toastmaster Jiju Varghese. He has won the best evaluator and table topics. Now, before I lose even more members due to connection issues, I would like to request everyone to turn on your videos and let's take a group picture. Don't be shy. Toastmaster Ramdas, Toastmaster Sean, Toastmaster Vinod Daniel, please turn on your video so I can take a picture. Okay, within the count of 3, 2, 1. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much. Now, before I adjourn the meeting, I would like to request to have any feedbacks from our members, especially our guest, Toastmaster Viju. It's been a long time you've been here with us, and we genuinely missed you. So, how was your meeting so far? Your first virtual meeting, especially. Toastmaster Viju, you're muted.
In fact, this is not the first virtual meeting. It is the first virtual Toastmasters meeting, actually. There are many virtual meetings going on around the world, and we are part of it anyway. There are no others. And I was very happy to see all of you participating with enthusiasm in Toastmaster. Toastmastering is something that makes you solid in your approach towards people around you, in your communications. I can see the best example in front of me is you yourself, the president. A couple of years ago when we have met, you were not you, although you had the eloquency. You have groomed yourself, not only in terms of your look, but in terms of your communications as well. I can find a very well-groomed Toastmaster in you, and you yourself is portraying as the best example. And my friend Joe Anthony, he was senior to me. He was in Toastmasters when I came into Toastmasters. And I could see some of the familiar faces like Vishwanathan was. We were working together in the district, in the area, and I can see Ramdas, Hi Ramdas, and it has been quite a long time that we have met, right? So many others are new to me, and there's been wonderful experience. Did you? I thought you had gone, right? Uh, Nice meeting you here, right, and listening to you as well. Right, there's been quite a long time since you two had gone back to India and after his mother's passing away, and we had never met after that. It has been nice to listen to you as well, and Madam Toastmaster, Danny Arora. Nice listening to you, and it has been a good experience. I expected a couple of veteran KCA senior Toastmasters as well, and I came to know that only a few of them attend the regular meetings now. Anyway, I'm very happy that it's going on during the pandemic also, and that shows something very, very significant in terms of learning and educating ourselves. Thank you very much
Now,
for this
participants,
opportunity. May be looking forward to
participants,
you for the next meeting.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Vishwanathan, do you have anything to share with us? Sounds like you
He
have
is raising his hand.
exactly, we are going to wind up. So just to give others, please, exactly 9:30. Sir is going to hold.
Sure, definitely. Toastmaster Juju Varghese.
Just wanted to know, Toastmaster Viju, where are you now and what do you do? So curious, you know.
Right now, I am near to China, but not in dangerous situation. I'm in Arunachal Pradesh, in the capital city of Itanagar. Ita would mean bricks. Itanagar means city of bricks. So that's the capital city. I'm here in Itanagar. We have a lockdown here right now going on, and I'm in Him International School, working as a vice principal. I'm right now in my office actually.
Toastmaster Juju Varghese, what's your experience so far in our meeting today? How
Well, I
was the
just put that in the
experience
chat
overall?
box. It's a meeting which is filled with such a lot of energy, and I like the way that you all connect with each other. And it's amazing to be in any Toastmasters meeting, and especially in a meeting where we find a lot of smiling faces. That's the best thing about Toastmasters, where we can bring out our smiles, forget our worries, and make sure that the tears flow, of course, of happiness, not with sadness. So the experience of Toastmastering at KCA has always been wonderful. This is my first virtual meeting with the KCA Toastmasters. I have attended KCA Toastmasters in the past. Thank you for inviting me, Toastmaster Sean. Once again, an amazing experience. I'd love to be back to the club sometime or the other.
Definitely, we will invite you.
Thank you.
Now, any feedbacks, suggestions, you can contact me or the Vice President Education, Toastmaster Sean. And now with this, I formally conclude our meeting to be adjourned. Meeting number 414 is adjourned. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you so much.
Thank you and God bless. Good night. Keep yourself safe.
Right. Right.
Definitely.